there. Have any cool pictures I can put as my background? I don't think so. Bubba, you can't be in here scratching like that, my boy.
He's can scratch wherever he wants to, okay?
Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't know it was like that, Bubas. I didn't know you had a security crew with you.
24/7.
So when does this work? Oh, no. Hey, yeah, updated somewhere. Cool. I hate this lighting. Got me all fuzzy in the face up in the front, man.
To get the technical crew to deal with the specifics.
Hey, baby,
Uh,
I need a light for my face. Where can I get one of them Jones at? You got a small white light you can use? Well,
No.
I don't know who you are.
Let's just go full VTuber.
Easy times.
That's the next steps.
I like it. Don't like it.
Well, with the power of AI,
Fuck it. Just do it right. It's weird ass fuzzy lighting.
Not out here raw dogging.
Hey, don't be saying that back there.
get the camera, get your focus, manually adjust your focus.
Yeah, I guess I can do that.
Sharpness, max.
You said he could be up in here doing all this. That's what he doing.
Boom. See, that's all we needed.
You know, an old priest and a young priest.
But the ladies love Sosa.
Mm. No. Oh,
Allegedly.
it might just be time for a new cam. Just fucking, just gonna get a new.
Damn.
Throw the whole thing away. Midstream, I'll be back.
Damn. We going to Micro Center, everybody.
Yeah,
Buckle
yeah.
up.
I wouldn't even make it there. It's 3 hours because I got the Charlotte one. I think it's. Oh no, it wouldn't be. I say it'd be fast for me to go up your way, but that's 4 hours. Yeah, no.
Best Buy it is.
Best bees. All right, cool. This is as good as it gonna get. T, how have you been? How was your start of the year been?
It's cold. Ain't no way around it. How much snow did y'all get?
A couple inches, maybe like 4 at most. Wasn't too bad.
But ice.
I mean, we might as well call Mr. Van Winkle how much we got.
Damn.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's really you know, it's one thing if it's cold, but if you can't do nothing and everything's shut down, I mean, I can't even go to the damn Walmart and just walk around putting stuff in my shirt like usual.
Oh no.
So,
Loss
oh man,
prevention.
I got out 2 days, like right at the beginning of the month when it was like 70 degrees, and ever since then it's just been I haven't been out on I ain't put a cast in the water in like 3 weeks, and I'm probably not getting out this week either. So what the hell?
Yeah, I think I went out 3 times maybe last month. Um, every time I went out, I caught at least one fish. And the last time I went out, I didn't stream it or I had recorded, but I caught a chain pickerel, a nice little size one.
Hell yeah!
Yep,
All
right on
right,
scope. So that was good. But other than that, man, it's been lacking. I haven't been out. I've lost the motivation to get out, but slowly trying to get it back.
dang. All right, so now it's the mind games. Well, at least we've got the right topic for this evening. We got
Facts.
to stay busy. Name of the game, right? I mean, you can't just hang it up. You can, but that just kind of creates a scenario where you gotta dig yourself back out.
Yeah.
So maybe once we get some folks coming in, that's kind of where we're at. Like, what are we doing? How we, do you hang it up and kind of get you work on your golf game? What are we doing? Thing or everything that is needed to stay on top of things, the ambitions. Uh, it's easy. I've been leaning heavy into the YouTube because I'm figuring people are at home, they're scrolling, they're bored, they're cold.
Yep.
Let's get some uploads so people can watch them. Uh, oh my gosh! I mean, most places around here uh, are literally iced over, so you couldn't go out if you wanted to. So it's a problem, really. The motivation piece that we've talked about several different times. What are we spreadsheeting?
That's like a master list of all the tournaments happening, all the kayak teams.
Are these yours that you're going to?
No, it's just all the kayak ones. Somebody made a master list of all the kayak stuff. I can't do all that. That's like thousands of dollars a ton. I can't do all that.
You got sponsors. You'll be good.
My sponsors aren't financial. I got sponsors that are more affiliates than we are like partners.
Oh, they're just kind of along for the ride. Okay, we got to get your sponsor game up. Okay, so they're starting in March. DKA's stuff starting in March.
Yeah, everything really
Um,
kicking off. I mean, people are down right now in Florida for the Bassmaster on the Kissimmee chain.
Gunnersville starts tomorrow. Elites.
Yeah, for the elites. Yeah, MLF was what
Let's
last week,
see.
a week and a half ago. So yeah,
Well, they're. I mean, that's their job. Um, yeah. So all the southern folks are going to have. I mean, even then, I mean, I know Gunnersville had ice sheets on it a couple
yeah.
days ago for their practice. So apparently that's not going to be the case, but that's going to be interesting. I'll be watching hopefully tomorrow live and seeing how that's going. But no, I have seen some of the local stuff. And we've got some local just here and there weekend boat tournaments, and I've already seen posts that they've put up on social media saying that they're delaying them for at least another week until temps go up a little bit higher. So
Yep.
everybody's feeling it right now, even if it's just something to do on the weekend. Or you talking about folks trying to, put some damn bank account. Um,
Oh, my
and then the
connection's
sonar
getting
stuff I'm
weird.
seeing here on the sheet, some of them allow it, some of them don't. Looks like the first two are no, the next four are yes, the next two are no. So that's already dang. Okay, we got that going on.
Yeah,
Dang.
it's super spliced up for this year. A lot of well, especially for like CKA, I think we're going to be doing forward facing sonar on and off schedule, so that should be interesting. But everything else is pretty much forward facing sonar allowed. So we'll see. Still got to figure out what tournaments I want to do this year. The Brian Latimer tournament, they got the dates for that, so I got to go there. It's going to be on Hartwell, so that should be fun. Shaky head, crankbait, and minnow.
I mean, that's everywhere if you're brave enough.
Facts, facts. But yeah, so figure that out. Sent Laserbeam a message because I talked to him about jigs this year, see if he's going to help me out and figure that out. And then I just talked to a Jersey sponsor, or I'm sorry, a Jersey company down in Florida, and sent them all my little my logo. So that's way more expensive than I wanted it to be, but it's gonna happen.
Damn, yeah, I looked into that, and then about 10 minutes later, I looked out of that. Hell
Yeah,
no.
yeah, it's looking like one jersey is gonna be like 130. I'm getting two of them, so it's gonna hurt. But hey, it is what it is. It's gonna be a one of
I
one. So
mean, you got some iron-on transfers and an ironing board.
yeah, no, I'm good. I'll be out there. Hartwell, wind gonna blow a blow a sponsor off. Had that sponsor upside down sideways on the shirt.
I'll take blow off in the water. Somebody pick it up. Like, damn, I really do need to go
Oh,
check out StarTron. Hell yeah, this is a
yo,
great idea.
Star Trek. What else you have? Oh man, where's my thing of real magic? Sitting on top of the water.
It's in two coves back there behind me. It fell off when I was turning the corner. Golly.
So it should be fun.
What about that battery? You just said one of the battery brands was talking to you.
Oh yeah, that we're partnered up with Watt Cycle. I haven't even put it on my socials yet, but yeah, they gave me a code and everything. They'll be sending me some stickers and a whole bunch of other stuff. Hopefully going forward, but yeah, I got a little discount code, and hopefully I can, if I can bring them some money, I would hope that next year we can talk about sponsorship and partnership. But we'll see. I like to
Okay.
see where it goes. But as of right now, I mean, their batteries have been solid for me. Full last year, they went above and beyond what I expected. A cheap sub $200 12-volt 100 amp hour would ever do. Like they blew my expectation out the water for how cheap they were. And I broke, well, one of them broke. It was like almost dead on arrival, and I only used it for maybe like 10 minutes before it like stopped working. And then I sent them all the readings and gave them some videos of me trying to use it, um, and or voltage readings and stuff. And they was like, "Oh yeah, that thing's dead. Go ahead and recycle that one, and we'll send you one. Should be there in like 3 days." I said, "Oh, okay." Sure enough, 3 days they got here. So they won me as a customer easy. And this is a cheap Amazon Chinese brand that everybody would write off. Surprisingly though, like all the reviews, like how there's so many like battery. That's another thing. There's so many battery reviewers. Like people's bread and butter is reviewing batteries, and everything I saw watching videos for this brand, everybody said the exact same thing I did. Customer service, like they didn't go into the customer service spiel, but they were like the quality of the batteries and how it's put together is rivaling some of like the $800 batteries that you would buy. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
all right, cool. I made a good choice. So yeah, it's been pretty good. But yeah, I'll have more info once I get in contact, because the only person I talked to was on their European market side, and I haven't talked to anybody on the U.S. market side. So once I get a hold of them in email, I guess I can do a little bit more. But I'm not going to I'm not going to try to go above and beyond until I get some kind of communication from them and know that I can work with them like locally rather than just messaging somebody in Europe 6 hours
So you're going
back.
to be the East Coast sales rep. You're going to get promoted.
No, heck no. I hope I do not sell anything. I suck at selling stuff. I'm too
They
honest to be
sell
a salesman.
themselves.
I'm too honest to be a salesman. Yo,
You just show
facts.
up with the polo. You show up with the quarter zip. You're like, all right, what you need?
Where's it? I got a guy.
All right.
But
So
yeah,
get
so
empowered.
yeah, so hopefully, I mean, once I talk to them, I mean, like I said, they were interested for the podcast. So once I can get some kind of communication, we can talk to them about it. I don't know what their expectations are, what they want from us comparatively, but definitely we can set what we have, see what they want to work with, and if they work with us, we can work with them.
Yeah, see, all this real estate you guys see, I mean, there's words and some letters, but we definitely, this is a billboard, right? We're going to sell out. So all of this up here can be moved, and
We got ad space everywhere. You pick.
it's just there, right? I mean, I can put
Yeah.
on the hat, the shirt, I can put a crest here, a crest here. I got the gloves. I can,
Yep.
we definitely can, we can put some folks on. Um, I'll get my StarTron folks a call and see if they unblocked my number so we can get some things going.
Yeah. Facts.
Oh man, so then if we're looking forward into like the next few months specifically, right? So I mean, I think right now we're trying to get out of this cold snap, the Arctic blast, whatever you want to call it. Like by the time temps level out in like the high 40s, low 50s, it's going to be freaking chaos at the lakes. People are going to be out in droves. People
Yeah.
stocked up. They got holiday gift cards they cashed out. They got the boats ready. They got the kayaks ready. Speaking of kayaks, what is your status on acquisition of a certain vessel?
Man, I'm waiting. I was supposed to call today. I've called the last 2 days over at the local shop to see if I can get like I'm getting desperate. I'm getting the itch. I was like, yo, because I want it in green again. I want another green and black kayak. I was like, yo, if you got any other color, let me know. But no new news. I forgot to call today. Last 2 days, the owner hasn't been there, so no new news on acquiring of a new kayak. But ETA is still April. Hopefully, early April, not late April, because I'll be what like 2 or 3 tournaments behind if I wait late April. So we'll see. Definitely looking forward to it. All the reviews on the kayak have been good, and yeah, I'm excited to see what I can do in it. And I like the YouTube space for it as of right now has been I'm a native tight noter going into a native hammer. And looking at that, that's not the right transition. It's you got to go from, in my opinion, you would go from a Slayer to a hammer, and then give a good review. If you go from the Titan down, you're kind of going from the battleship to a cigarette boat. It's not a good review.
Oh, well, that's why you spend a solid 3 months in a Sun Dolphin. So you get
It'll
your
humble you. The Sun Dolphin will put you back in the right space. Then you
like,
go to
wait
the
a second,
hammer. Then you go to the
oh,
hammer.
I just need one rod holder, and everything's luxury at that point. Okay,
Yeah. Looking at the old
well,
days, because I wasn't involved in that, but like those old Sun Dolphins, you'll get like the little bungee straps, and you have a crate in right behind you. I'm like, yo, this is looking crazy, dude. They was getting it. People figured out a way. They was gonna get out there with a couple of rods and go catch some fish.
shit, that's the scariest part. Just trying to make sure you get home with all the stuff you left with at that point.
Yo, facts.
But hey, it's part. I mean, it's part of the game. Um, I think being in a lot of some of those uncomfortable, let's just say, not suited for that type of activity, and then you upgrade to something that's
Hmm.
more in that realm. If it's like it's a great feeling. It's
Yeah.
the intangible feeling of, oh shit, like I don't have to constantly check over my shoulder to make sure my crate didn't fall out. Um, that's a nice, I think, probably taken for granted situation for a lot of folks. Are you doing any more like talking seminars at the shop, or you got any speaking engagements booked?
No, nothing booked this year. As I know of now, there was interest in a class for the YMCA in Durham, I think it was, but that didn't really show. That didn't grow any legs, but that's still open on the table. I haven't heard anything saying no. I just heard nothing back. So, other than that, no, I don't think I'll be doing any. Well, hopefully, I won't be doing any speaking arrangements that I didn't know of. But yeah, nothing.
That's the best kind.
Yeah, nothing. But back on the kayak situation, are you looking to upgrade? Are you trying to do anything different?
Hell no, I ain't
I
got.
respect it.
I mean, look, I've been lowballing mofo's on marketplace.
Like, not sticking.
I've been getting a lot of vulgarity thrown my no. I no. I mean, I see. Look, I was at so Dick's Sporting Goods has a like an outlet warehouse. It's called Going Going Gone,
Okay.
and they opened one. really close to the house here, and so I was there a couple weeks ago, and they've got a couple kayaks, and there was like a scratch and dent, Old Town Sportsman 106, and it was going to be like out the door. It's going to be like 800,
Hmm.
and I'm thinking like, how much am I going to get beat up if I bring this home? Like I ran it through my head for a solid 24 seconds,
Yep.
Kobe, and I decided to not
Hey.
risk that. Um, no, I mean, really, at this point, I got to get the boat's the priority. I'm going to take it back to probably the more knowledgeable person that's ever looked at it, either this weekend or next. I mean, the kayak. Look, I mean, I don't. There's no. I mean, it's fun. The yellowfins, it can be a pain in the butt, but it's my pain in the butt, right? Like
Facts.
it's at the point now. It's crossed the line of investment. Now it's sentimental. Um, like even though it's outside now,
Weird to me.
I enjoy it. It does what it needs to do when I need it to do it, right? So there's so much technology that's coming out, and I look at all the new stuff. I'm still looking at the Camino Journey stuff. I think those are going to be very interesting. I'm excited to see how people receive those. Um, tax returns are coming in soon, but it's looking like that's got to go elsewhere. So I mean, I'm not against. um, I really wish I could get some type of like passive stream coming in through, like if I could ever get monetized on YouTube, which I'm trying to this year. It's just going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Like all like that would all go towards that kind of endeavor, which would be nice. But at the same time, it's not a huge priority. I got a 20+ year old boat. I'm trying to get to at least function. I can hold on to this kayak for another 3 or 4 years. I don't, if an opportunity comes, great. I'm not planning to do kayak competitions anytime soon, but I do want to do some boat stuff this year, which would be nice. It's yeah, no, I mean, I can, I window shop online every day pretty much, but what are you going to do, right? I mean, it's one of those
Facts.
kind of deals. I mean, it's cool to watch all the reviews. I watch a lot of them, listen to the people, seeing folks get really excited. Try not to go too much into the marketing realm. Just looking at your average Joe kind of guy that's just trying to get out on the weekends, like the real honest dudes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like they just tell you like it is. So I enjoy watching those because it's people that genuinely enjoy doing what they're doing, right? So there's a little bit. It's not to sell you it because they already bought their stuff. It's um,
No quarter.
one of
No
those kind of deals.
surprise quarter zip. Slaps it.
Then it pops out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And when the hands come out and we're like this, it's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, here we go.
Got him.
Um, but I mean, it's cool. I don't, I, there's a lot of, I've seen some behind the scenes, like factory videos that people have put out, and you can kind of, especially, the thing about Vibe that I'm not a fan of, it's foreign made and domestically sold, and, it is what it is. Whereas like, there's a lot of good, and here on the East Coast, there's a lot of good in-house, like, all the natives, the Liquid Logic stuff, mainly in North Carolina.
Yep.
There's a couple factories, I believe. I think it's a good time to try to, like, if I'm going to get something, I don't want it to be a turd. Like I'm either going to get something, either like secondhand, third hand, used,
Yeah.
or I'm going to get something that's made by people that are right here, and that would be the priority, because some of those import stuff, and the price tags, your Brooklyn kayaks, your Hoodoo Sports, like all that stuff is neat to look at, and you're like, oh man, I can get a pedal boat for like 1,300. This would be great. But I mean, you're going to be breaking stuff left and right if you're using it. Good luck getting parts. You go get a new canoe. I think as long as you have it, you tell them something busted, they're going to send you a new piece, give or take. I mean, they're not going to ship you a new hull, but I think having like that investment piece, because if I buy something, I plan to have it for a decade plus. It'd be nice to know 8 years down the road, like if I snap a connector on the seat, whatever, if I
You
could
know.
send an email, that I could probably get a
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. They still got something in the warehouse. Crazy enough, I think New Canoe's at the Big Adventure warehouse. Also, I think a lot of some of their stuff's getting worked there too, which is
Yep.
small world, and I didn't even know that.
So yeah, it's like Bonafide, Native, and New
New
Canoe
Canoe.
underneath the same house,
Yeah.
basically.
Yep. Same Big Adventures. Pretty much that's their plastic their plastic melding factory. So yeah.
No, and I'm all for it, man. I mean, these are, you're supporting people, and like, they stitch their seats in house and all that kind of stuff for a lot of those. But like, all
Yep.
that's neat, right? Like, that's pretty. I mean, for the most part, you're not importing boats. Boats are being made generally here,
Here, yeah,
but like
facts.
kayaks have been, you know, coming over on container ships for the past couple of decades.
Yeah.
And now, as more money goes into it, and they're starting to be a little bit more recognized in terms of the competition aspect, which has its own issues, of course. But the point being is, like, somebody that's really serious about getting into something that they can have for multiple years. I think that, and actually call like a customer support and speak to somebody that generally knows English. That's a pretty, I think,
Really good.
beneficial.
Super
It just
bonus.
adds to it, right?
Yep.
Like, it kind of makes you feel better about dropping the money to get something, because it's for something that's made domestically by people that you might pass at the grocery store. So that's always fun.
Agreed.
Hell yeah. That being said, no, just catch me on AliExpress ordering 30 kayak. No,
Getting that puzzle put together kayak, not the origami one, but the one that comes in 3 parts that you can extend out to 5
yes.
parts. Yeah,
You got
get
like
that.
4 latches on it and shit, like a
Yep.
suitcase. I'm sitting here
Yep.
just fucking throwing the shit in the back of my damn Honda Fit, acting like y'all don't know nothing.
It's
Hell
like,
yeah.
one of the latches come off, and then the nose of the boat's pointing towards the rear of the boat. You're like, wait a minute.
Like, damn, I didn't turn that fast. And then next thing you know, yeah. No, I mean, it's cool. Like, if you're going out once or twice a month, whatever, right? But
Yep.
it's not set up for the long haul. We know that. They know that too, but you know, especially when summer gets here. So I mean, yeah. So all that's gonna, and I think that keeps folks busy too, right? Because you're thinking of, especially tax season. You're gonna have some like holiday sales, President's Days coming up, and all these different, start of the spring and summer. People are ready to get outside
Thanks.
and do stuff. So it's it's a great time to do all that. Um, any, like, in terms of like research wise, do you sit down and do you look up information? Like, 'cause a lot of the content creators, I think they're digging, like, they have footage I think they get during the year, and then they put it out during the winter when they know they can't get out, and a lot of it's like technique heavy or equipment heavy. Have you seen anything recently that's caught
Oh,
your attention in terms of like, hey, I never thought about learning more about this or whatever, and then just happened to click into something that you ended up watching?
more so the idea of the keeping some of your footage from, or recycling footage or bringing footage back from like way back uh in your feed, ideas, more so, not actual fishing ideas like that, more so on just the content creation side of um colder months and what to do, because yeah, I thought we were going to have a warmer winter where I can get out a little bit more, and that hasn't happened for January. December was pretty smooth, but yeah. So in that question, yeah, I've seen more of the techniques that should work in the season, but the people who are posting the videos, they're from other times throughout the year. So right after like the rattle trap craze from Gunnersville after MLF, I saw a lot of people posting about, throwing a trap in the colder months, but their videos were more inside of the spring summertime. So things I've noticed visually and watching. But no, technique specific, I haven't seen anything that I've really like picked up on and wanted to look at deeper. Oh no, I take that back. This week, Mikey Balls posted a chatterbait, just a chatterbait mini video on Gunnersville while it was like slightly iced up. I'm pretty sure this was like during the actual icing, right before the MLF stuff. So that video was pretty cool. He was just going over what he likes to do on Gunnersville, because that what he can do on what you can do on Gunnersville when it ices over isn't what you can do anywhere else with grass when it ices over. I think that place is just, any of the TVA lakes are just factories of moving water, and those fish really, really are kind of different. So I can't really trust that, but I thought it was a cool um, ideology and thought process going into fishing an iced over cold water TVA lake, and how he was attacking certain areas other than besides others was really dope. Um, what else was it? Watching freaking Blanchard and his hammer. That was also a video that I saw. Enjoyed it. Did, Yeah. So he did post that one. So yeah, I've been enjoying that, watching that unfold. I'm also part of his Patreon, so I got to see a lot of stuff behind the scenes and a lot of talking points. We can do Q&As with him, so a lot of talking points about that setup. So, but yeah, video wise, I think that was some of the stuff that I'm I'm learning on the content creation side rather than absorbing from to use in my own arsenal. Just getting more of a content creator thought process in the colder months, making sure that if I do have a, 4 outings recorded, at least get like 4 or 5 clips out of that outing that I can use later, and then get 4 or 5 clips that I can use for the current time present of social media, and then make sure I keep those things stashed away for the winter time, or just get my butt out and fish in the winter, which I don't think I want to do that either. But yeah, no,
Just head south.
just go a little bit further south. Yeah, no, the 2 dogs and the wife won't like that, sadly.
Everybody wants to go to Brazil, even if the dogs can't communicate it. They definitely want to.
Facts. What's up, Pat? Yep. But
All right.
since since the winter's been hitting for you, like, are you what's your mentality with content creation and angling? Are you absorbing more techniques in the winter and brainstorming for when it thaws out, or are you just watching to enjoy?
Kind of disassociate for 2 hours straight, and then
Just look away, just be in the zone while it's on, white noising a Randy Blockett.
no, I've got his stuff blocked. No, I started with tactical bass, and then like 3 hours later, I've got like somebody making sandwiches that isn't speaking English, and it's just like, how did we get here? But the sandwich was great. No,
Mm,
I think so. One thing, y'all, I mean, and I've mentioned this before, and I've been putting up footage from like 2 or 3 years ago, just because I've collected a bunch of stuff, and I haven't really had too much time to actually sit down and go through it and put it together into clips. But I will tell you, and you might have noticed this too. I'd be interested if you hadn't noticed this, but like if you go back, and I didn't save every single, like I'll run the GoPro. I know GoPros can do like that thing where it only records like 5 minutes up until you hit the button, and then it does the clip
yep,
instead of saving every single piece of footage. But I paid for the whole memory card, so I'm going to use the whole memory card. I
thanks.
just let it run the entire time, and then I turn it off after something cool happens. That way I know when I go in and I pull up all the video files, I look for the ones that aren't the same as every other one, because it chapters
11
after like
minutes.
it's
Yep,
11 minutes and
11
32 seconds
minutes.
or something like that.
Yep,
So everything that's not that, I click on it and I'm like, oh shit, what happened? Just to make sure it's not bookended by one I need to save. And I save those.
yep.
And I've filled up like a 2 terabyte hard drive um with just like like clip after clip from like the past 5 so years. Even if I wasn't streaming, I brought the GoPro and just let it run, and then saved the footage, deleted all the stuff that wasn't saved, and just kept doing it and kept doing it, kept doing it. So I've been going through, because I work from home now. So like I'm at my like workstation, but which is also right next to my home computer. So like when I'm not busy doing something, I can sit and click and kind of stretch and check the weather. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yep.
able to kind of like keep the time moving. And I've gone through and I've watched all, not all, but a vast majority of this footage, and I'm starting to pick up on a lot of, I think it's not retrospect, because like I was aware of what I was doing when I was doing it usually, but like I'm seeing trends over, like now we're talking literally 2, 3, 4 years worth of footage. So like I'll look at all the February, March, April footage, and I'll pull it all into one folder, and I'll go through and I'll look at all the catch footage, and I'm looking for trends, not just the locations, but I'm talking about like, well, what's going on, like what's going
Mhm.
on, like weather, what's going on with the positioning, am I floating around or am I stuck underneath, you know what I mean? Like I'm looking for, trying to find stuff that can help identify just patterns. We talk a lot about patterns in fishing, right? When we look at how you can pattern them and say, all right, well, they're doing this color in this location, cool. But it's also what we're doing and not just what's in the water, but where we're
Facts.
at, what we're looking at.
Mhm.
Are we in the wind? Are we in the shade? Like all these different things. What time of day it is.
Yep.
All of these grand texture or contextual clues that you're probably not spending time focusing on because you're thinking, where am I going to cast next? Well, when you're watching footage, you're not thinking that because you're not doing it. And I've noticed certain things. The one I'll share, and I've got a couple points I'm still trying to put together in my own head, but the first one, the primary one that I'll share that I've noticed, and if you've noticed some things, feel free to jump in. But the main one I've noticed is that there's been several occasions to the point where I don't think it's coincidence, where I'm I for whatever reason had to stop, pause, or otherwise go slower than what I
Fiddle.
would normally go.
Yeah, you're fiddling.
How many times I cannot like I was starting to try and count, but I started losing where I was saving stuff. Like there are so many times where, and it's normally like stuff that stopped moving. Like it's not
Hmm.
like I'm in the kayak or whatever, or if I'm walking the bank, like I'm out, make a cast, I'm presenting whatever, and I have to stop either to reposition. So I literally have to stop and like grab the paddle and
Battle.
push myself back up, or I'm checking something on the phone because I got the stream running, or I'm checking my phone. I'm doing something and I've stopped.
Yep.
And I'm doing nothing to the presentation. I've just stopped. I'm doing something, but I'm not doing anything to whatever the presentation is. And then when I go to resume said presentation, within 2 seconds or less,
Yep.
there's a bite. And I'm thinking, like, one, I got to slow that. It's not just slowing down, but it's also just stopping.
Yep.
Because you and I both know that there's many times where there is something or several things following what we're presenting. They haven't figured out if they want to do anything or not. And if you're just in the zone and just fucking spot locking and you're just burning the shit out of whatever, they're just following it. They're just getting cardio at that point.
Yep.
And we are too. So I'm thinking that like I can't, like the idea is like an active aggressive fish is just going to attack whatever you're presenting as you're presenting it. But I'm starting to come to terms with, because I've known this, but now I have to deal with it.
Yep.
That's not always the case. Like you got to give them a second because they're kind of fucking dumb. Like, let's be real. Like they don't know really, they don't know shit. They don't know I got the quarter zip on up above the surface.
Trying to
Trying to
sell my
sell them on
hook.
it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those type of deals where I gotta like really get myself to mentally be prepared to just fucking stop. And that's tough. But it's like, hold on. The reason we're doing it's not because you want to do it. The reason we're doing it is because you get the desired outcome, which is a bite.
Yep. Facts.
And that's hard, man. That's like, I don't drink enough Sprite
Yeah.
to do that. But I've definitely noticed it's happened so many times. Like I'm picking boogers and then I come back, there's a bite.
But yep,
Fixing my pants, come back, there's a bite.
That slack line's a little tighter. Yep.
I don't know.
And I will say, forward facing sonar definitely helped me realize that, because when you throw a jig, you'll be surprised how many fish feel it, like when it hits the water and it's falling, to how many fish will inspect it. And then when you start moving it and you're like, yeah, I'm not getting a bite, and sure enough, you'll see it lift off the bottom and do it like its little hump, with just a little arch, and then right then you'll see everything go and just try to follow. You'll be like, oh, just don't move it. And then you just sit there with like a jiggle in it, and then you always get bit. And it's crazy. Like once you start realizing that stop and leave alone is a key time, similar to the stop and go technique. Like I think just leaving it there after, and it could be like after its initial fall, and you do that first pickup. Same thing with like drop shots, Texas rigs, and everything like that. That first, because fish feel it when it hits the water and it's falling. All that pressure is displaced, and they can feel that. And then once it goes quiet, they're like, "Oh, what was that? Let me go and check it." And then you do that one move, like, "Oh shoot, there it was. Man, I'm interested." And then just leaving it there, that's I think that's like the prime thing, and that is one of the what was it? I forgot who I was watching. This was a while back, but they were saying a guy. It was a tournament, but the guy in the back of the boat would throw a Carolina rig, and he wouldn't move it until he got halfway through his cigarette. Like, yeah, like he'll every time he'll have a cigarette, he'll cast out. He'll get halfway through his cigarette before he does a pull, and then wind down, start working a cigarette again. Once the cigarette gets like a halfway or a quarter through the cigarette, he'll do another pull, and by that time he'll have a fish on. And he did that throughout the tournament, fishing the back of the boat, and pretty much won the co-angler side. And he was like, "That's
One lung cancer too. What the fuck?
yeah." I mean, listen, I'm not going to judge him, but we're talking about fish. We'll just judge him on the fishing. But yeah,
Sure.
that mentality just to leave it alone is definitely a technique, and that is something I would say is a very I don't want to. I guess I will say that's a very older thought process. The super slow wait for a bite type thing. When I've been trained my whole life to try to elicit a strike. Um, but yeah, it's definitely something that looking at just like you said, looking at video of past catches and forward facing sonar, I think those two will put you in the right space of how first how much your bait moves when you like think you're giving a little action, and then how much your bait like how many fish are actually interested when you're not doing anything. I mean, not to throw Gabby any bones, but dead sticking is a technique. It is it's definitely something that people that if they're good at it and have the patience for it will succeed. I would feel more so than the finesse fisherman that is just moving, dock to dock, bank to bank, and just trying to get a shaky head bit, hands down. It's something to be noted.
It hurts to like think about, right? Because it's just not. I mean, some people are really good at it because that's just what they
They
do,
do. Yep.
right? I remember I was just watching a clip. I guess it was yesterday, of a gentleman, Japanese guy, was talking about a lure that I have, and I've been trying to get more confidence with. So what I normally do is I just go find somebody that has a video of it,
Hmm.
a fun game that you all can play. And I've done this recently. Like I'll go through my crap here on the wall, and I'll find like a bag of plastics I haven't thrown in a while. I'm like, I wonder how people are using this, and then just go look it up online, and you'll see all kinds of ways. It's a really good way to just get some ideas. So I was looking at one, and so this Japanese guy, and he I don't, it was a couple years old, but it was definitely during the winter, you could tell. And he even said, he admitted it, like said it out loud. He's got broken English, but you can understand what he's saying. Like, we're going really slow. And I know some of you guys don't like to watch this, but I really like this, and you got to do it. And I'm like, well, that's it, right? Like, it's not glitz and glamour. You're not going to sell, it's not a fucking commercial where you're fucking hauling ass down the lake and ripping slow mo Kevin Van Dam style hook sets. It's not glamorous, right? So people aren't marketed to it. But at the end of the day, you're probably not there to get cardio. Like you actually do want to catch. And
Yep.
if it's freaking cold and he was on like a clear water body of water, so you're not sneaking up on
Nigga,
anything.
yeah,
He's
they
he's
see everything.
winging casts out. He's like, this is what we're doing. Like we got to do it like this. So bear with me, kind of thing. Basically, he's saying like, don't bitch about it because I'm going to do what I got to do.
Hmm.
And I'm not saying I can't do that, but like you gotta like purposefully, when you get into that kind of like flow state, that cruise control mode, you're not thinking about going slow. You're just not. Uh, but now, what I'm essentially arriving at the conclusion is like I just gotta just slow it down, right? And I'm not talking about go slow. I'm talking about take everything you're doing and be deliberately so freaking like, it's not just methodical, it's very calculated in the sense
Hmm.
that you're almost counting each wind of the reel handle,
Yep.
because that's translating to a certain level of movement in the water. And then you break it down further and you're deciding, do I want to move it with my reel or do I want to move it with the
With the
rod? Because
rod,
that's different.
you're
And now it's
correct.
like, oh shit, now I got it. Because so what I did, just a real quick example of where I'm coming from. One of the videos I put up, January shallow cranking up on the YouTube, I took, and I still have it tied on to the same setup, the Fritzside 5 Junior. I took it out to one of my spots, my only kayak trip of the year thus far. It was cold. Um, the crankbait wasn't being worked like a crankbait in the traditional chuck and wind sense. The way that I would explain it is like the rod's doing all the movement, the reel's just picking up slack, and I'm sitting on my ass, I'm not standing, so it's not like a jerk bait off to the bottom. Like I'm pulling it up to the top and then stop, reel down, and then just pull it up, reel down, and then pull
Oh,
it up,
okay. Yeah, yep.
and then reel down. So I'm not stopping it in the sense of like I'm holding it because it's a crankbait, so it's moving, it's not suspending.
Yep.
But like I'm purposefully bringing it by stuff. I know I'm bringing it by stuff, and I'm just gonna pull it, wind it down, pull it, wind. So as I'm winding, I'm doing something, but that fish
Yeah.
could be nose up to it, and then now I'm moving. It's like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like he's
Yep.
following it, then he stops again, and then he follows it. So I don't know how many were following it and stopped it because I don't have any way of knowing that. But I got a couple to just say fuck it, like I'm doing, and they hit the
Yep.
piss out of it.
Yep.
And that, you know, the water was a little warmer. I mean, it was probably like 10 degrees warmer than it would be anywhere now, easily. But like that, you don't just like, you can't just do that casually. That has to usually be a very deliberate.
Yep. Purposeful.
Here's what I'm
setting.
doing.
Yep.
Count it down. Now I'm doing it, and that, I don't, you know what I'm talking about. But I think, you know, in general, that can be taxing because sometimes it goes against, like, you know, I could imagine somebody hearing us describe it and go like, that doesn't sound relaxing at all. I thought this was supposed to be relaxing. It's like, nah, it's not necessarily relaxing, but it is very purposeful.
Yeah, I'm about to
You know,
say
you're not winging it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, and just to like strengthen that thought process, what the same thing that we were saying when it gets cold is the same thing that we can say when it gets hot. When we're in the dog days of summer, and we know that we can't really work that bait as fast as we want because the fish are just too deep and want it. Was deep cranking. I knew like that technique specifically is it goes against what I want to do as a person that loves to throw crankbait. Once it gets down there to the bottom, I cannot just run it straight through that school. I have to make sure I keep a really good pace to it just to get them competitive. And then, you know, as the school loosens up and wants to eat, then I can start, you know, getting different cadences. But yeah, that technique is, I mean, similar to like a Carolina rig and any other thing like that. But having that instinct of your natural, like, I'm just gonna keep a steady reel on it, to now I'm deliberately changing how I normally fish it, is, I wouldn't say it's taxing. It is, it makes you retrospectively look at yourself as you're doing it. It's like, man, I really want to just rip this damn thing through this group of fish. I really just want to run this bank line, in your situation, run this bank line like I normally would with my crankbait and just burn it over and just keep tapping rocks. But we know that's not going to it's going to make us feel good because we're in our normal state, but we know it's not going to give us the outcome that we desire, which was a bite. So we have to fight it. But if anything, I think that's, I can't even say it's messing with us or stressful. It's more self-control and discipline in the art of fishing. We understand what needs to be done at that point in time to get a fish. So I wouldn't, yeah. I wouldn't say it's stressful. It's just more so we figured out that what we normally would do is not going to work in this situation. We've added more feathers to our cap that we know that what we normally do isn't going to be the right thing to do. It is just something to do, but we should go to what should work, or, you know, have more control of just ripping it over those rocks and getting that bite.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said about like it's you can have fun, or what I would describe as fun, like just throwing a square bill all day and bouncing it and pinging it off every little limb that you can
Yep.
find and every little lay down, every little dock piling. Like it can be fun just to do that. And I'm not talking about catching or not. I'm talking about just to aim a
Aim it
cast
and
and
just
then
run it.
watch it deflect. Like it has this like tactile and visual. Like that's fun.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it's nice if it gets smashed, you know, by a bowfin every so often. But the point being is, like, like you can have fun just throwing that for an hour straight, get no bites, and be like, all right, well, I'm gonna switch it up, but that was pretty cool. And then you
Yep.
just like change gears. But it's not fun to sit there and count down and like wait for whatever to move. Like there's no fun in it until it gets bit. So the
Bit.
payoff only happens if it happens when you get the bite, because the process itself is fucking agony, right? So
Yep.
it's like you're really having to weigh, like, do I want to have fun casting or do I want to have fun catching? You can guarantee yourself having fun casting because you're in control. but that's not why we're there, because you can do that in a swimming pool probably, and it's like you could save a lot of gas money. But the point being is like there's a happy medium, and I think looking at old footage and like seeing these trends, I think helps identify or at least rationalize the decisions that get made that may not be fun, but the idea is like, wait a second, I've literally got gigabytes of fucking footage of me at the house right now doing this and not doing shit with it. So where's the incentive to keep doing it? Definition of insanity, doing the same thing and expecting different results. So I mean, and that's when people bring up like the mental side of it, right? Because I mean, physically you're capable of doing whatever you're capable of doing, but in terms of like catching, you have to subscribe for 102 months.
102 months, Missy.
I can't even count past like 40, so that's
Let's
gonna be a big number.
go. 102 in the bank. Thank you so much, Missy, and welcome to the 100+ club. Holy moly. It is the road to
Damn.
200. I've been on this platform too long.
Celebratory belt buckle in the mail.
That shit, man. It's so. Thank you so much. Oh, you know what? Watching video also concluded me to do. Watching my previous videos, not Fish Falls
Like
Lake.
and subscribe.
No, not Fish Falls Lake for tournaments. Like that has literally cleared out. When I look at my tournament standings and my old footage from Falls Lake, taking away from last year, I got a second place at Falls Lake, but it was only because it was a fun tournament for me, and I went against my normal grain, and I found a really good spot. But it is shown me there's two lakes that I don't do well at, and they kind of burn me out in the thought process of competitive fishing throughout the season. Yo, Fear, holy moly, 90. You're only 12 back, dog. That's a whole year, but I believe in you. Yo, Fear, thank you so much for that resub. But Sharon Harris Reservoir and Falls Lake, both of those tournaments, Falls Lake because normally I have to drive an hour to get to the ramp. The ramp is horrendous. If I choose the popular ramp, I'm fighting boat traffic and losing what I want to do is fishing. So it takes the fun out of it, and I probably won't catch 5 fish. So I'm already in the mindset that I don't want to even be there. And then Sharon Harris, I've never done more than, we'll say, like 75 inches there, and I always have to either sit in one spot or go hunting and get lucky. And I look at all my other footage of places I've fished where I've done well, or I haven't done well, but I've fished it well. Mentally, I'm in a good space. So that's something my past footage has definitely shown me. In the competitive side, is there's lakes that I just don't do well at because of the way that they're set up and how I have to fish them. Now, there's one strategy I haven't tried on Falls Lake. There is one ramp that I love to fish at when I was bank fishing. But the problem is for the boat ramp, it opens normally an hour or 2 hours after a tournament starts. It normally opens around 8 o'clock in the warmer months. Tournaments normally start at 6. Later tournaments in the year normally start at 7. So this tournament, if it was a 7 o'clock tournament start time, I could just omit that hour and go fish and wait for that ramp to open and go fish from that ramp. Maybe I might feel better, mentally and have a better outcome. But I do know I'll be an hour behind. So that'll also apply a little bit of tournament stress to me. Nonetheless, that's something I could play with if there's another fun tournament thought process for me to do it. But there's no way I'm going to Sharon Harris and thinking that I'm going to pull out 5 good fish on any given Sunday or any given Saturday. It's just not there. But yeah, just things I've learned watching old footage and listening or looking at my old footage and how my mannerisms, my body language. I can tell that I'm already clocked out even when I get there. So that's something I have learned from my past footages. And if any of you are looking at tournaments side of things, you can burn yourself out before you even get to the lake. Don't figure out how to control that. Yeah.
NyQuil.
Yeah. Yep. There's probably things you can prescribe to yourself to do it, but just naturally, that's one of the things that I've picked up on these last couple of years of competitive fishing is like understand that there are certain lakes I'm not going to do good at. So if I know I have to fish it, then go with an open mind. But if I don't have to fish it, avoid it at all possibilities. So looking at that schedule, I already know two of the tournaments I'm taking. Oh, one of the tournaments. I know Falls Lake is up there, so I'll try to supplement that with another lake and try to see where I can do better at. But yeah, it's. I definitely agree. You'll notice a lot of things about your game um, watching past videos, and not just watching it for entertainment, but dissecting it, looking at like you said, your casting angles, what you're targeting, what's happening, and that's another thing that I've noticed with the 360 cam. There's so many things that are like the the lake is alive, even though we're looking at this 180 visual in front of us. That 180 behind us, there's so many things that are still happening. I remember watching from the what tournament was it? It was, dang it, I don't remember what lake it was. Nonetheless, there was a blue heron. I was fishing bluegill beds, and a blue heron behind me snatched up at least two bluegills. Would never have known that there was a bed where he was. I mean, I should have known that there was a bed where he was. I thought he was going after shad, but now looking at it, I was like, I could have doubled back there and fished right outside of his eating range, and I'm pretty sure there was going to be a bass there. There's no way there wasn't going to be. They were all sitting around. I was going with a bluegill bed pattern. There had to be bass around that bed, but yeah, just so many cool little things that you can find around looking at the. You can open a hype chest. Hey, looking at the wildlife around and just looking at the old footage, it opened my mind to start doing that 360 look around while I'm fishing, watching my videos. So yeah, agreed.
Start telling everybody to watch yourself.
Watch what you're doing. Idea what these things do. Here we go. There we go, guys. Choo choo. Confetti hype.
Dang. Here we're at. What about the gallery? What are y'all doing to stay busy, prepare to succeed, and kind of evaluate your role in the universe? Anywhere in
He's,
between.
have you seen what D Money's been doing? He's been doing some AI content. It's coming out pretty funny.
He's catching largemouth
Oh,
walleyes and getting stuck inside his snow globes or whatever.
yeah, skydive into the lake. Yeah, he's been doing really good. I've thoroughly enjoyed his evolution of content.
Yeah, no, my system needs to survive now at this point another 10 years, so I don't want to burn any processing power and or give my personal information to
No,
generating.
come on now, Skynet got to know what you're doing. How they going to
That's the
replicate you?
problem, man. I'm behind like 3 proxies, man. Good luck.
Skynet's got to replicate the T.
No, I've been stressing ChatGPT out recently, so I might be on a watch list somewhere, but don't ask.
ChatGPT sending you personal emails.
So one thing I was doing, I thought it was funny, but nobody else would because that's my life in general. I've been making a lot of what I've been doing this winter. I've been making my stuff and putting together lures and whatnot. And I found this thing funny where I'd take pictures, like I'd put 4 or 5 jigs or whatever in a picture. I'd take a picture and I'd upload it, and I'd ask ChatGPT like, "What? I just made these. What do I do with them? Like, what would be the like basically acting like an idiot, right? It's like,
Mhm.
well, this would be great, I think, but I don't know when would I use this color and do this just to see what it says."
Yeah,
And it kicks back like, "Oh, that looks great. You should do it then." And then when the and like it has all these different little variables that it puts together and says, "Oh, you should like let me know if you have a question about what to do like as like a backup plan, or if the weather changes, what you can." Okay, what do I? And it just I've let it gone down this whole like wormhole of
figuring out the fishing.
decision making.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I got basically Al Linder in my pocket. It's a great thing.
Hey,
Um, but no, we've been putting some stuff together. I'm like, I just made this. What do I do with it? And it just has this very interesting. I'm probably not using any of the information it puts out, but it's very interesting to see how the overlords that exist in the processors are basically being backseated by somebody that doesn't exist without even being on the water. It's a great thing.
That thing's allergic to the water, but giving you so much good advice.
It knows. It knows. It tells it like, tell me what kind of water depth you're dealing with. Like, I don't fucking know, dog. Like anywhere from 6 inches to 60 feet. What do you think? And then we start going on this imagination train. And I'm just
Yeah,
like, dog, like I'm gonna catch a damn great white shark. And he's like, wait a minute, and I'm like, oh, my bad. And like it just becomes this whole thing. And then it's like, yeah, I got a gun. And it's like, wait a second. Like I throw it off the wrist. It's
hold on now.
it's just like, oh, that's a dangerous situation. Please alert the authorities. I'm like, no, I was just kidding, dog. Like it's just a weird thing. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely getting to a weird state, but I will also concur. We were at the Brian Latimer. No, we weren't at the straight up fishing one. We just did the retreat when I went to Gunnersville, a couple months back, and somebody asked ChatGPT, what would be the best ramp to go fish. I ain't gonna lie to you, it picked one of the best ramps to go fish. I I didn't
I
think
mean,
we got there. Everybody that I was there was from Ohio, and it definitely it put us in the right space.
so you broke the information rule. Damn.
Well, this wasn't for a tournament, so yeah, it definitely broke the. No, technically, it's not. And that's the crazy thing too. Do you know that? Like that's been added to rules now. Chat GPT and like OpenAI platforms or what are LLMs are open for use for information because they're technically public. Technically,
Okay.
the information there is gathered publicly, so anybody can use the tool. So yeah.
So
Now,
we don't have to go on fish brain any longer.
no, I don't think so. But now it kind of gets weird if you ask another angler or another person, like you can go down a rabbit hole. Hey, what was your questions to the LLM, or what was your? Oh no, because you're eliciting fishing information, right? Yeah. So never mind. Never mind. Yeah.
Uh, so it's like, hey Siri, what do you think I should be throwing? Now hold on, because this can go another level, and I'm not going to go too far down this avenue because I'm going to get scared and I have to go to sleep soon, so I don't want to keep me up all night. But we talk about the encroachment of the technology and all the things. How far away do you think? Yeah, we might already be there. It's just not out yet as far as availability. And I know PowerPole has that one thing that screen that basically it's a weatherproof iPad that you bring on the water. But anyways, there's this idea because your stuff obviously has GPS on it. It's got mapping. It knows the time of day. It knows what day it is. It knows the temperature of the water. It could probably have a sensor very quickly that could get some level of estimation of what the clarity is. How far do you think we are from being able to hit a button and having like those apps that have like the lure and color suggestions just pop up on your screen? Like your Humminbird unit says, you should probably tie on that black and blue jig right about now. And it just puts it right there. And you can turn it off. If you don't want that, that's fine. But if you
That's
want them to
crazy.
have like here's where you're at, here's what day it is, this time of year, this color, it knows what the weather, it can know what the weather conditions are and pull that from, here's the barometric pressure and here's when the next front is. And it says, well, based on the conditions, I suggest you throw this.
You want to know how scary that is?
I already know, but tell me.
It already exists, but this is the coincidence. You actually even called out the company that already created it. Humminbird, or the year before last, created the phone app that works with their newer units. Well, I guess it was a year because Explorer units just came out. So it has suggestive fishing patterns. Like the Humminbird unit has a suggestive fishing area based off of depth and water temp. It also holds history of successful catches and things on that. all part of their paid services, but that already exists. Now it doesn't tell you what lure to throw, but from the areas that it's
Yeah.
sending you, you can pretty much. I mean, if you're in a boat, you have the kitchen sink with you to throw at those areas. So if it's shallow, you already know there's a few things that you could throw there. If it's deep, you definitely know there's only a few things you should be using out there. So, but yeah, that already exists. The data gathering and back end of all that information is definitely being tapped into, not to the extremes, and the legitimacy of how you can use it on the water for tournaments is kind of scary because nobody has talked about that ever since it was announced. I know one of the kayak guys brought it up when he went to, it was a northern lake fishing for smallmouth, and he brought up the app and how he was using it, but I don't know if Bassmaster or anybody else saw. I'm pretty sure they've seen it, but I don't know. I don't think there's been any regulation or guidance on what's allowed and not allowed with that Explore app or from Hummingbird.
It's
But
not
yes,
prevalent enough yet.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just like how forward facing sonar, when everybody was looking at little Tecmo Bowl bits of data, now we're looking at like PlayStation 3 aspects of Crash Bandicoot. So yeah, definitely a different visual. We're going to get there. But yeah, we're already hit that. We already hit that echelon of data on our current electronics. Just it's just not suggesting, and I'm pretty sure it will eventually start suggesting baits, techniques, and things based off of season time, temperatures, and uh, pressure on the water. Because if it knows like there's been like 5 tournaments that have, you know, hit or miss one around an area, you can also put in those fish are probably been abducted to the ramp. They're not going to be there. You need to go find a place that's similar to where these people
Yeah.
won and then go there. And it'll probably have some kind of calculations. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, that tech is already out there.
You've got all those predictive apps, all the different ones that are being pushed by the pros that do that. But I mean, it's not, that's just on your phone or
Oh,
whatever device,
mm-hmm.
right? So it's like, so that level, like the databases, at least for like the popular bodies of water. So the maps, the GPS information, the weather information has already been used to generate. And there's an algorithm that says, given all of these conditions, here's what we would suggest. Here's what Kevin Van Dam would say. You should, you know what I mean? Like he's in the
Yep.
boat cussing you out if you don't throw the spinnerbait. Like you've got that level of decision trees that lead to these suggestions. It's not like that's the hard part.
Yep.
Getting it to integrate with a display where it just pops up at your feet, that's not going to take much time. That's coding. That's a little bit of coding,
Mm-hmm.
comparatively speaking. Once you've got all the decision making kind of put into uh, motion, it's just a matter of how you want to present it. So that like that power pole thing, I forget what it's called, but it's that it's a
Yeah,
screen
that's a
now
new.
that's
Yep.
basically like a
Vision.
iPad.
It's called Vision or something like that.
Yes, you hook it up
Yeah,
and it's got
Junkie.
an Android on it.
Thank
You
you.
can put apps and stuff,
Yep, you can
and
switch it up and put HDMI in there if you wanted to do like a TV
watch
and.
like Netflix or whatever
Mm-hmm.
if they're not biting. I mean, it's got like we're already inching in that direction. So all the pieces are there. We just got to put put everything in the mixing bowl and come out with the right dough, right? Like it's just that's there. So then you're looking at, okay, that's appealing to whoever, but at the same time, like, guides are going to go out of business. Um, I mean, it's just
I don't think they'll go out of business if they can adapt. They can promote their their services elsewhere.
there. I think if anything, the idea of like, somebody can get the technology, but you also got to buy the boat to put it on.
Yeah,
So I think the guides will be like, all right, well, just come ride on my boat. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's gonna add so many different things. Um, it's we're at a point now. There's not going to be a lot of similarities to where we're at now, and definitely nowhere where we were just 10 years ago, if that.
Yeah.
So
Oh, there's no way. There technically is, Missy. If you put something with like silver or mirror image when the sun is available, you can have a rough guesstimate of water clarity. Similar to how we use our eyes, you can have a machine that can sense the depth of what it can see or reflect back to it. It's scary, but yeah, it is. Yeah, it'll be it'll be a scary time when as soon as you put your transducer in the water, it can definitely tell water clarity. Yeah, that would be pretty spooky.
Well, yeah, and water clarity varies across a body of water, so it'll give you a
True.
range the same way we
Yeah.
get a range. Like nobody says like it's exactly 6.4 inches. Like no, it'll be like all right, I can see about 6 to 12.
Yep.
Anything within that range. I mean that's human, right? That's
Yep.
instrumentation. I mean we're dealing with another animal's eyesight of which we can guesstimate, but we
Yep.
don't. Our eyes aren't their eyes, but uh, you put you put us like if you tell me the water is 2 to 3 feet visible, I'm gonna change up what I would do
Will
is if
do.
you told me it might be 1 foot visible.
Facts. Yeah,
And
that's enough. That's definitely enough
the machine
information.
absolutely can do that quickly on the fly, recalculate it during the course of the day. Like all the things that we would consider to be like the intuition based, like instinctual. Here's what I'm doing and here's why I'm doing it, can be quickly surmised onto a little screen that's at your feet or in your hands and go, okay, cool. And then you don't even have to do any data collecting. It's just like, okay, boom, all right, and then great. It makes the decision making process easier. Doesn't make the actual task. It just kind of shoots you straight to the end result without any type of dependency on your ability to look at what's going on. All right, and then now you got all the boomers upset because that's not real. It's video game fishing, but you know what I mean? Like it turns into this kind of like feedback loop of everybody trying to play the game of like what is or what isn't true to what it is that you want to do, which is a personal experience, regardless of how you want to play it. But you know as well as I do, there's plenty of people that don't want to spend 2 decades getting experience. They want to know that they can hit 3 buttons and get within the ballpark.
Oh, yep. 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 Yep.
Why wouldn't you?
Facts.
So that's always fun. I do like, and I played a game recently, and I don't recommend it because there's no way to win it. And it's like whenever there's any type of like pros that are doing live streaming from their boats, which happens, um, going into their chat if it's open and seeing if you can go a 10-minute span without somebody putting in
Brother.
data information, basically saying what they think the person should or
Person
should
be
not be
attributed to.
doing from the comfort of wherever they are, just backseating. It's like, oh man, like it's I don't know why it bugs me so much. I think it's just because I can't imagine how frustrating it is for the person that feels the need to backseat a pro. Like they got so much going on in their life. I feel bad for them. So it's like I don't want to call them out on it because it's like they're probably dealing with a lot of shit right now. And if their only escape from all that bullshit they're dealing with is to go backseat a pro while sitting in their couch somewhere in like Missouri while the dude's in Florida, it's like I'm just gonna let them have it. You know what I mean? Like just that's it's not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, and on the professional side of everybody doing their live stream, they don't mess with chat. So I mean, it's just chat is there for us to communicate with one another at that point because they're not gonna entertain the thought process of looking at that stuff. And I think it's also against a lot of the rules if they were to look at that chat and somebody pulls out, hey, 5 feet from where you were, I was catching them on a black and blue chatterbait. You might want to tie that on. But yeah, yeah, that chat side of the current professional streaming is definitely for us, and it's such a weird space because I mean we've been streaming for forever, but for now to see the pros do it and to start seeing the chat hasn't changed. The chat will always be the chat, especially for angler side of things. I mean, I guess that's any type of stream. Um, but the chat, it just seems that anywhere you go, the chat will always be the same. It hasn't changed. They will always ask the same things. They will always suggest, their point of view of things that they've been doing, and it always gets weird. And they always want. There's always this sense of, yes, I'm in chat with 100 people, but I want the answer from this one person that has his back turned towards me and won't answer me. And then if somebody answers or communicates with me, I then leave. Like I cannot be communicated with by the other people inside of this chat room. It's a very weird thought. But yes, the chats there have not changed.
I think it's probably counterintuitive for us because we kind of look forward to the interaction and
Reaction, yes,
we want
sir.
to engage with the interaction. That's kind of why we're there. Whereas like being a voyeur to somebody basically fishing for a check, their livelihood essentially to some extent,
Facts.
the least they should be concerned with is what the fuck I'm typing in their shit because
Yeah.
I'm just cracking stupid jokes. I try to balance it out or whatever because you got the dude like you got the professional at home and I'm just sitting here just. And I think the engagement helps, right? Because I think the more, especially YouTube, I believe, like the more chatting you have going on, the more likely it
Like
puts it in the recommended for
facts.
certain
It
people.
moves you. Yep.
So I almost think they're doing it for that reason, in terms of like the more interaction, therefore now there's going to be more people recommended to come in, which helps with their exposure and so on and so forth. Now it's technically just giving somebody false hopes, but then you remember that the people that are going into chats and are putting shit like that in there, they're doing it for themselves because they feel obligated to do it. Nobody's
Yeah.
asking them
That's
to do it.
facts.
So if you're going to do something because you feel better, because you feel like your opinion's that much more valid, and really all it's doing is giving me more interaction, and now I can be pushed into the front of like the algorithm,
Go for it.
by all means, put your favorite fucking cookie recipe in my chat. I don't give a shit. Light that bitch up. Like,
Yep.
please. But you and I and most of the folks that are here understand that, these platforms and, your Twitches and all that kind of stuff, like we're trying to get people to come in and,
Interact.
be interested in the way that
Yeah.
people are interested or is through their interactions, and it becomes this vicious cycle, right? So like it would be difficult, like that whole, like if I'm at the point and I hope to do some competition stuff this year, I'm not broadcasting it. I'll film it, but I'm not broadcasting it because I'm not going to give a shit. Somebody's going to put something stupid. Somebody's going to try to be, putting like somebody's going to be typing Sudoku language in my fucking chat, and it's like I'm not trying to. Like I respect whoever comes in and anybody that wants to put anything in the chat. I appreciate the hell out of it. But holy shit, there's a time and a place, and this is neither. And it's like that now. It's like pushing people away.
Yep.
So what do? Open that bitch up and let them type.
Right.
And that's just it is what it is. So I mean, I think Helen Keller had it figured out. Just act like you don't know what the fuck's going on, and things can just fly right off the handle.
The fear hit it 6-7. There you go. That's all
I
you
would
gotta
ban
do.
them immediately if that was my chat. But we're just go
Oh
ahead. Matter of
no.
fact, we'll just put them right. We'll put them right there.
There you go. Pinned him up. Him
It is what it is.
Deaned. Hit him with the 3 count.
Golly.
That's
So we'll
hilarious.
get off that rant. But
Yeah.
I mean that's the game, right? I mean that's
Yeah.
just what that's where we're at. So oh man, if that
How about you know how the topic is, how to stay busy. Can you imagine these pros for the last 5 months have been trying to figure this shit out just to get these streams going, to find out
what's a Starlink? Oh yeah.
yo, just for Bassmaster to say, yo, you're on your own, we won't be supporting it, like that.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy. I mean, I thoroughly enjoy that they're getting into streaming. They're trying to get their brands out. It's becoming a mainstream idea for individuals, but it is definitely, just listening to, especially like Zaldane and the hurdles they have to go through to be on Bassmaster and to do this. It seems like Twitch in like 2012, 2013. Right after that, Justin TV. So yeah, 2011 to 2013, people are just trying to figure out how the hell they're going to be streaming games all day. It's like the Wild Wild West aspect, and I can only imagine those 4 months of off time of them trying to practice and get this stuff ready and get it working to what it is now. It's pretty funny, and then the new dual threat series that's going on. A lot of anglers there.
Yeah.
Yep, a lot of anglers are now doing the streaming, so they're trying to figure it out, and it's a lot of back end conversations of, hey, how do you set up this? How do you set up that? And I wanted to do this and that. It's really funny that we're on the mainstream side. They're looking at that, and I felt that I missed the window like a year and a half ago when I was trying to bring it up to Bassmaster on the kayak side. But nonetheless, it's really cool seeing how everything's unfolding. But yeah, they had to be really busy on that.
So these pros should be talking to us. They should hire us as their like live media consultants.
I think the pros should understand that they need to have moderators in there
Well,
because they're missing. No. In the way that in these chats they're missing so many business opportunities. They don't have ads rolling there. They don't have things talking about their socials on the streams. Like they don't have what you would need on the not on the live side, but on the normal back end side to keep everybody interacted. Like now, don't get me wrong. What if on these live streams, right? Say we're watching let's keep it Zaldane. We'll keep it Zaldane dangerous. What if on the live stream he puts a points or a mini game thing on his stream? Like he can have a subscriber point system similar to what people do on Twitch and things like that.
that would scare the boomers away.
Yo, facts. But what if his target audience isn't the boomers anymore?
But see, his target audience that isn't boomers will be able to, they are engaging with him on Instagram, they're engaging with him on Facebook, they're watching TikTok reels. The boomers are fucking scared of all that kind of stuff, but they will sign on to the YouTube machine. And after they've watched whatever normal podcast talk shows they normally watch, because they don't trust the cable TV and it's too goddamn expensive. If we see so and so's fishing a chain of lakes that they used to go back to in the 80s and used to rip them the fuck out the water on the Johnson Silver minnow, they're going to make sure that they go in there and try to backseat the living shit out of Chris and say, what the fuck is that big ass swim bait doing? And it's more so like, live streaming in a sense, depending on how you do it. And he did a lot of POV stuff, like with the chest mount and stuff like that.
Yep.
So that kind of like pushes the audience into like, it makes you feel like you're there, right? So that's the allure to it. Because motherfuckers love to inject themselves into other people's situations and then use that kind of experience. That immersion becomes their key to saying, okay, now I'm invested.
Yep.
So like it's one thing to just have, and y'all know this from the Twitch culture, like it's cool to do a work and lurk, or it's cool to just leave the stream on so you got another viewer there while you go mow the grass because now you've got another viewer. But like they don't want that. Like if you're going live as a pro, like you want that boomer that put that turn the fucking radio off so he can focus in on what this dude's doing, as he's, like I get it, right? And this, even a young kid, I'm just saying boomer just to say it, like I'm almost there that myself. But the point being is like having that opportunity to pull somebody in and like it is difficult. I'm here to tell you, y'all, it's difficult to have somebody that isn't from where you're from, that doesn't do what you do, to watch you do something like this and to give a shit for longer than 20 seconds.
Yep.
And that's where we're at. So that older crowd, anybody from age fucking 40 on up, and I'm 38, like to have them go in, click in, and to stay there and to interact and to hit the like and maybe hit the subscribe button is difficult. The way you do that is to give them opportunity to come in and type dumb shit in the fucking chat, to talk shit to other people in the chatter, to backseat that angler, to say, I wouldn't throw there, I would go here. That boat doesn't seem like it's going as fast as it should. But now they're there and they're engaging. And they're going to be just pissed enough to come the next day and do the exact same thing. If you come in and you hit me with a wall of fucking ads, you hit me with all this kind of shit, I'm not coming back. But if you let me go into your chat, type all this bullshit and say, here's what I would have done, you're an idiot, you'll never win, I'm gonna come back the next day and tell you again why you're not gonna win.
I dropped the Christmas tree in there 10 years ago, and I'm still catching fish on it. You can't.
37 cinder blocks in the shape of a fucking pyramid about 37 feet off that dock, and you're sitting there blowing right by it. You son of a bitch! I'll see you tomorrow. You know what I mean?
See you tomorrow. I'm on the water. I'll show you how to fish that spot.
That's, people love that shit. People love to fucking act like that's them. This is what I would do if I was right there. I would hide this on and do this and throw that and all this kind of shit. That's not actually going to happen. But if I can be there in my head for longer than 30 seconds, you've got a new subscriber.
Yeah, facts.
What? Imagine if you watched a YouTube channel, you had to use, if you watch two videos from two different brand new channels If you went to the one where the guy or gal acted like they knew everything and they were just doing everything by the book and everything sounded good, you'd probably be like, fuck him, what does he know? But if you went to the other one and it's somebody like, I don't even know what knot this is. I don't know if I should be sewing this color worm. You're going to jump in that fucking comment section. You're going to say you tied that knot wrong. That's called a Texas rig. You got to use this type of worm, and you're going to subscribe. Ain't that a bitch? Have you thought about? I've thought about this too much because my head's weird.
Yeah,
But it's like we thrive to have opportunities to jump down somebody's throat and tell them why everything they're doing is wrong and they're a piece of shit. They'll never figure it out. I know all the information. If you don't trust me, fuck you. But I'll see you tomorrow.
I don't do that, but I definitely understand where that's coming from. I can wholeheartedly say I've seen it more so than I've been a part of it.
I mean, because I just be tearing motherfuckers up on my back end accounts. But the point being is, like, you have different opportunities, but when you're at the level of like people that do it for a living, like I have, I've had, and I got to make another call soon. But like, imagine having a plumber come to your house and be like, "Is that the wrench you're going to use? Because I got a better one out in my garage. I'll be right back. Let me go get my wrench because yours sucks." Would you do that? I mean, I might do it because I'm me, but most people, you know what I mean? It's the same mentality.
Yeah.
The electrician comes over, like, your multimeter sucks. Like, why would you bring that piece of shit in my house? I can't believe you would do. You know what I mean? Like, it has that same kind of shit.
Same energy. Same energy. Yeah. No, 100%.
But there's no risk in doing that online because I'm not in the room with you.
Yeah.
You can come into the chat and you can talk mad shit. And I can't push your teeth through the back of your neck because you're too far away.
There's no way I can make you uncomfortable.
I mean, I can figure it out, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying there's no like personal way to make that person feel uncomfortable in that situation where you're like, yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, so we're feeding on, like, they're really fully invested, and it's kind of weird to think about it, and I'm sure they don't think about it like this, but the way that we know it from being kind of unfortunately in tune with the culture, those are your most reliable viewers. The one that criticize you the most, your haters, are your fans. I was watching Matt Streichel from SB Fishing live stream some of his tournaments last year. In fact, I got in an argument with one of them because I didn't know any fucking better, but now I do.
Yes, sir.
The same 4 or 5 people every single stream were the most vocal, shittiest people that had the worst opinions and said, "You're doing it wrong," calling the dude, one of his partners, a fat ass and all this kind of shit. And they're there consistently. The motherfuckers that act like they hate you the most are there to support you the most when it comes to your digital engagement. That's why I be cussing motherfuckers out for real. But I mean, it is what it is.
I watched one of those Tuesday nighters, and it is vicious in that chat. They are ridiculous in that chat. I don't know what he did to elicit that type of fan base.
Dog. Yo.
They
vicious sons of bitches.
They don't like him. Like most of his viewers are like just casual, just watchers. But there are a select few who are just extremely there for the friction. Yeah, and if you guys don't know what we're talking about, SB Fishing, I don't think he's doing anything this winter, but during his summer he was doing a lot of streams for some tournaments. Yeah, so that was that. And it was only like I've watched Zaldane for a few hours. I haven't seen that extreme. I don't see a lot of it elsewhere.
Moderation though.
Yeah. I haven't seen it elsewhere more so. Okay, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just SB doesn't have a lot of like hardcore moderation.
He's got zero. Like people, I mean, I think it's got like a cuss word auto mod filter on it,
but it doesn't.
But like, there's not like a human going in and like deleting dumb shit.
Yeah, facts.
And I mean I love dumb shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about it. But there's a time and a place. Like, I've got morals. Okay. They're loose as shit, but I've got them. There's certain lines I don't cross, and it's just habitual line steppers as far as the eyes can see. And I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it is. I think somebody that's not in tune with that culture, it would turn them off quickly. So my biggest concern, like, if you want to come in and talk some shit, great, but I think it could turn people off to where it's like, all right, well, now you're scaring them away. So it's like we got to kind of rein it back in. But that's
Yep.
neither here nor there. This we could do a whole episode
Episode
on the
on
culture of
moderation.
live streaming and
Yep.
chat interaction and the decline of Western civilization. That's absolutely possible. But we're not going to do that because Seedai's here and we hold him to a higher standard and he holds us to a higher standard. So we're going to make sure that we're coming up on the home stretch. So maybe we should digress before the blood pressure goes a little bit too high. I was
Fair.
actually
Fair.
a week ago today, and I want to apologize to everybody because it's mainly been me that's prevented us from going live here
Bullshit.
in the past couple weeks because it's not just because of the weather, but I'm now on I think the tail end of whatever virusy thing that's going around that has been absolutely running amok in my central nervous system and my heart. I was having heart palpitations a couple
Oh
weekends ago,
no.
and I'm like literally last Wednesday night I had to go somewhere. I didn't have to, but I voluntarily went to something that I committed to, and I was on the verge of going to the damn ER because I couldn't breathe right. I could feel like my pulse in like my fucking body, like I was doing a system reset, like I was running a fucking like McAfee scan in my whole central nervous system. It was really fucking not cool. Um, so we're back in the realm of things, but like this whole winter we got snowed like the whole East Coast and Mid Atlantic. For those that either live here or watch the news, we've been dealing with Arctic type weather that we're definitely not used to. Like literally my spots that I would go to are frozen right now. Like they're
Same.
frozen. It's not like I'm not going. It's like I own jackets, right? Like I have several. I can be warm,
Oh,
but the fucking
jackets.
water is iced over, like literally iced over.
Yeah, sheets.
So it's one of those kind of things. So the content as far as like getting out, doing stuff, having very important stuff to report and provide to the folks, the people, is just minimal. So we're kind of just kicking the tires until we can quite literally get back out on the water because right now we would just be ice skating, and I don't think might fit anymore. So that
We get
wouldn't even work out too well.
we got above freezing rain happening now, so a lot of the ice now is gone. But I didn't look at the forecast for later in the week, but if it should be nice to get back out. I'm pretty sure those fish are feeling that warmer water. Touch them, so they should be eating. Um, where did I go? And I did go to Falls Lake to go practice. I'm thinking about trying to go and catch some crappie. I might bring the stream along because I know a couple of neighbors wanted fish. Should be fun. Should be a dangle. Still gotta make that call to figure out this kayak situation. I'm getting FOMO for everybody going down in Florida, posting there. I'm heading down to Florida. I'm down here in Florida freezing, but I'm fishing photos. Doc said I'm morbidly obese for real, for real. I like that one. I like that one.
What else? Yeah, so I mean we're kind of at the point. I hesitate to, I'm wondering, and the people, the audience, the viewers, the folks that drive these kind of things, we definitely encourage interactions and feedback. But I think I think we've got to a point now that we're closing in on episode 20. We're at 20 next. Today's 19.
Yep.
Like if we really want to I mean we're still going to straddle the fence and that's fine. But like I think we could either hit some very serious kind of like informative topics because I think we've got you and I, between both of us, I think we've got a pretty expansive knowledge set. I can give us credit. Like I mean we don't know everything, but I think we'll talk about everything we know pretty openly.
Yes, fair.
Except for the NDA stuff. I think it becomes like, we can kind of bullshit and talk the talk and look at stuff like that just because we're fully in the culture, so to speak. Or if folks generally really like seriously want to have, some more pointed lessons. I've been talking about it for a while, but like if somebody said I really wanted to look into this type of technique or these type of, whatever it is, like I can get some footage and bring it to the people, but I don't know if the folks enjoy more of the banter, spontaneousness, and like we should just pepper that heavily and then come back a little bit so often with the specifics. But I can say, especially between you doing competition, a lot more competition stuff than I do, and the fact that I want to start to try to reintegrate back into that, you kind of have to take it serious to a point where you are being in tune with the data and like having your shit straight. Basically, is what I'm
Yeah,
saying, right?
yeah, facts.
And that and now with action cameras being everywhere, like we could definitely have some more pointed, here's what we got going on, just to try to like get some folks more motivated to look at some different opportunities to like learn some shit. That's what it boils down to. Like if you're cool with everything you got in the bag. I remember Larry Nixon did an interview for Bassmaster a couple years ago, and they asked him if he was worried about the onset or the infiltration of the younger class that has all the electronics and that knowledge. And his response, and I quoted him on my mind almost daily, is I'm good with what I'm good at. And I was like, damn, Larry just dropped some fucking bombs on him. I'm good with what I'm good at. So if you're good with what you're good at, then you just keep doing it because
Doing it, yeah.
that's what you're good with. So that's not, nobody's trying to prevent that from being the case. But I'm in the boat of, not literal, but I'm in the idea of, when you stop learning, when you stop learning, you stop wanting to actually do anything. Like you stop, that momentum dies and you're just kind of like, well, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
So the reason I can even like look for, like I've got 4 or 5 rods set up right now next to me. I'm not going to take these out anytime soon. They're ready to fucking go. I could go out and cast them tomorrow. I'm not going to. And when I am getting ready to go out, I'm going to not use what I have on there. So the point being is like, you don't have to get ready if you stay ready.
Nice.
And I never feel, me personally, like I'm not going to get it dialed in 100% every single time, but I got a good place to start every single time, and that's fine. It's one of those type of deals. I think we could bring that to this type of environment if the folks feel like it could be helpful, but at the same time, maybe it's not a good idea to have that kind of seriousness all the time.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, but behind the scenes, like when I'm out fishing and I'm not live, I'm fucking neurotic as hell, more so than when I am, believe it or not. So it's one of those kind of like, I talk to myself so fucking much, and that's another thing I've learned from my GoPro footage the past couple years. I'm like I'm my own chat. Like I'm like, you fucking dumbass. Like, did you really think that was gonna, you know what I mean? Like that's me. And that's not good to do for long terms, at least not without proper SSRIs. It's one of those type of deals. I don't like some people. I can't imagine somebody being quiet, just sitting there casting and just being quiet, fucking just Helen Keller, just not making any noise.
Y'all right. Y'all be out there having a fucking blast.
No, I'm out there screaming. I got people coming out their house and like, "Are you okay?" And I'm thinking, I'm looking around. I'm like, "Oh, you talking to me? No, I'm not, but I'm good. Good. Have you know what I mean? Like it's one of those kind of things.
Jesus. Yeah. No. I'm
Doesn't
the
mean you got to
opposite.
bring that to the people.
Yeah. I'm opposite. I'm either quiet or I'm joking around. That's crazy. That y'all. Yeah, I couldn't be that hard on myself out there. But how about, here you go, just throwing this out there, talking about future and how we want to, work with chat and everybody in the community on stuff. Like, they bring us some of their favorite content and we just watch it on stream and we review it just like old school beginning of the internet and just try to dissect shit. We can talk about the video production of why they did something that way, the little dumb shit that we noticed that they do. Because we're looking at their best product because they've already went through the edits, and we can probably spot some stuff and work with them and things like that. So we can try. We can do like a dry run. You guys throw us in the Discord of who you guys are watching, what videos you guys think we can sit down and watch together. Give it like a 10-minute segment, see what we can do. It'll be kind of a weird interaction, but we can see how it works. And this way, it's not just us looking at your content or giving you an idea of things that we throw or a thought process. We'll just look at your content that you watch and try to dissect it and figure out some stuff we can get from it and give you guys.
Y'all take out your Plano boxes. I know everybody's cleaning up their stuff. If you haven't done it yet, you will do it between now and end of February.
Facts.
When you're cleaning out your stuff and you got your 37 and your 3600s just chilling on your truck bed or wherever, take some pictures. Just grab your phone, get it landscape, not portrait, get it landscape, take some photos, and throw them in the Discord, and just show us what you're working with or what you want to work with. If you got something brand new, let's say you're at the damn Bass Pro and you were going through the bargain bin and you're like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with these. Take a damn picture, send it to us. We'll bring it up on the screen. We'll give you some unsolicited advice. We'll probably
Yep.
give you some unsolicited financial decision making schemas, and we'll try to we'll turn it into something, because chances are what Alex and I come up with isn't probably what you were thinking of, and that's fine.
Facts.
You can ignore the hell out of us. That's fine. Many people do. But you might end up hearing something that we say in passing, and you're like, you know what? Never thought about that. I might actually try that. And that can start a whole sequence of events that could lead to you having a shit ton of fun, and that would be perfect. That would be absolutely amazing. I think it's very easy to overthink this stuff. It's very easy to psych yourself out of a good decision because you're too busy second guessing yourself. So get out of your head, allow ours to swirl around whatever you got going on for a little bit. And maybe by the end of the day, we'll come up with something that you can work with and feel excited to try out the next time you get out. And then that's great. Absolutely. The return on the investment is exponential at that point. Matter of fact, I was going to bring it up, but I might as well. It's over behind me. I'm pointing to it. Y'all can't see it. It doesn't matter. I could be making this up. But long story short, y'all know I make lures here in the garage just because I get bored and I like to get second degree burns. Not really, but it happens. A friend of mine that kind of grew up around here, he now lives in South Carolina. He started making injection and like open pore molds, like his own soft plastics. He's got a website. I'm not going to put it out there now, but we'll talk more about it. Anyway, so he sent me a box and it's full of plastics that he made. I have no idea what's in it. He asked me what kind of stuff I liked and what colors I liked, and I said, you know what? I'm not even going to tell you. This is creative choice. Like, this is the artist and the director's cut. Send whatever you think would be interesting to try. So there's a box sitting behind me of soft plastic lures that he made in his garage. He sent to me. I sent him some stuff so we did a swap basically. We didn't pay for it. I basically said, here's a bunch of my stuff, and he sent me a bunch of his stuff. I'm going to open the box up probably this weekend and film it so I can make like a little video or whatever. But I have no idea what's in it. But I told him, I said, I don't care what's in it. Whatever you got, I'm going to fucking bring out with me. As soon as I can get out during the spring, I'm bringing it out, and I'm going to throw it. I'm a Texas rig. I'm a Carolina rig. I'm going to throw a damn trailer. I'm a wacky rig. I'm going to do whatever I got to do. But I'm going to take some stuff that I would have never technically thought of to buy probably. And I'm going to go out and I'm going to use it. And I'm going to go catch some. I don't give a damn if it's a damn, 7-inch catfish or my next PB crappie. I'm going to throw it and I'm going to make it work. I'm going to put it next to some fish tonsils, because to me, that's exciting, right? Taking something that you're just like, all right, here's what we got. Here's what we're going to do. And that's kind of, it can be frustrating. It probably won't be super successful all the time, but that's the thrill of the game, baby. That's the love of the game. That's why we're in this. So I feel like if y'all got an opportunity to do something like that and we can help inspire something like that, I think that'd be pretty neat, because I don't know of any other shows that are doing that right now. Not that I really watch any of them, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's not a Guggen-esque topic of things to do. I agree. Later, C-Die. You have a good one. Be safe.
Take her easy. Stay warm.
Stay warm. Facts. Iowa's probably just the new Antarctica at this point. Yeah, stay warm.
Y'all going to work. I'm getting ready
Later,
to work
Missy.
on some
Some
sleep.
Z's. Put them Z's in a row. I hear that.
Got sheep on lines by lines. I was thinking of something else. It might not have been appropriate, so maybe it's a good thing I forgot it. But anyways, we got that going on. I'd like to get some type of giveaway for one of the viewers together at some point.
I mean, we're hitting 20 next time. We can try it.
Having like, I don't know what though. Like, I got an air cabin filter for the car. Y'all can have no.
Throw them the Startron and Real Magic. Jeez.
So if we can, so we got sponsors. The shitty part is they're not related to any of this shit. So we got some pocket knives. No, I mean, it would be one of those kind of things. I mean, I got some lures. I mean, I'm still making lures. I got some cool stuff I've been putting together. maybe get some lures. The gentleman I just mentioned that sent me the mystery box, I was going to talk to him to see if he wanted to put something together that we can do for a giveaway as a promotion for his brand, because he's just working out of his garage. I think
Okay.
like those independent kind of like bait maker guys is what I'm trying to highlight. And I know we've got some in the community that do a lot of tackle craft. I think it'd be nice to have like a tackle craft giveaway thing at some point sooner than later for the people.
I like it.
That would
Yeah.
be interesting.
Yeah, we can start talking to people and putting in some dollars and trying to figure out, give the people some stuff. I like it.
And I was putting together, and I got to go back and see if the prices went up. And I think I sent you a picture of it. I put like the one of the logos that I put together on like a sun shirt, a hoodie sun shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and custom. I get emails every day because I sign up for the mailing list. But I think it'd be cool to get a couple of those and do like a giveaway. Because sun shirts are cool because sunburns aren't cool.
Nice.
So something that's more effective and potentially useful, right? I think
Yep.
that would be cool.
Agreed.
I don't know. We got some ideas, y'all. I mean, we're not trying to reach thousands of people, but if we only got, 15, 20, 30 people hanging out, we might as well make it worthwhile and try
Yeah,
to give folks something to look forward to.
definitely. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I for people to sit here and converse and interact with us for more than 20 minutes of their personal time, it's you guys deserve something, and I think we thank you.
Other than a headache.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
the thing about real magic,
It's not real
actually,
magic.
now available in the non-aerosol version. You can tell
Jesus
because
Christ.
the top's thinner. If you get it with the top is the same as the bottle, that's
Aerosoled it.
aerosol. But here, this version is not. It's just right, and it's made in the USA, just like me. It's made in the USA, but they still put grams on there as a unit of measurement, and
Yep. Just to tumbled and took out the mic.
it's all good.
They got grams in there just to let you know that they can still ship it elsewhere, and they'll know what that means.
It does scare me because on the new one, I guess it's on. Is it on the old one? Because this is technically the old one. This is the new one. I was reading the warnings because I always read the warnings. I don't always abide by them, but I do read them. Um, at least this new one says quite specifically may cause genetic defects. How the hell can a line spray cause genetic defects? I don't know if I want to know, but it's on here. I'm not making that up. It's on here. It's danger, hazard statements, extremely flammable. Next line may cause genetic defects. And like you put this on your line, so like your thumb, if you got a cut on your thumb,
You're always
it's
going to
going
be in.
right on that line.
There's always going to be some type of direct contact with it once it's used.
And I'll take it, and I'll get a little splash.
Yeah, because genetic defects.
It's right there, y'all. I'm not joking. It won't. It's not going to focus, but it's.
Oh, it
Look,
almost
yeah,
did.
there it is.
There you go. May
cause
cause genetic defects,
genetic
may cause
defects.
cancer, may be fatal if swallowed and enter airways. Jesus Christ.
So now I'm fucking scared of this. So giveaway number 1, we got a bottle.
We got
of
genetic defects.
causing.
Yo, we got to spread the genetic
If
defect.
you want your kids to have 17 eyebrows, this might get you there.
Dude got a nose coming out of his nose type shit. No, sir.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to grow an eye on the back of my head so I can figure out who the fuck you talking to like that.
I'm trying to see what you talking about back there.
That's my line. The next time I'm out on the pond and somebody comes out and they start yelling at me, I've already prepped this in my mind. It's going to go great, I'm sure. It's like, you know what?
You start looking around.
Before I leave or do anything that you're asking me to do, the first thing I'm gonna need you to do is go ahead and get me a pair of binoculars or a telescope, because I gotta figure out if I can locate who the fuck you think you talking to like that.
There you go. Next
As
thing you
long as
know
they
it,
don't got a gun, I think
9
it'll go
mil.
over
I'm
well.
about to say 9 mil comes out after that. You done hit them with the Yosemite Sam startup, dog. They coming out with it. It was like, all right, I got something for you. At that point, your paddle better be ready to go.
No,
You wait
but
right
see,
there.
on a scale of 1 to
Things.
petty, dog, I'm Chris Brown because I went online and I found out the tax information for the homes that have been the most historically problematic. So at least I don't know if it's the person that's living there, but I got names. So if somebody comes out and imagine you coming out to cuss me out and I'm floating around smiling and laughing and I know your first name. You
That's
know
even
how
more
scared
reason. That's even more reason to get the 9 milli out.
I mean, it is what it is. The problem is if you look at my head beneath my receding hairline, there's no logo for Xbox, PlayStation, or GameCube, and that's just because I don't play games.
Oh, you don't play that shit. Don't worry. They're gonna give you nine M&Ms, and you're gonna be like, nah, I don't like the chocolate ones. It's like it's fine.
All I'm saying, Rome wasn't built in a day, but this Glock was. Another another Dracula flow quote for everybody.
Facts.
I've been lived life loving and Dracula flowing, so that's just to be continued. But yeah, Cuban
Last
Link
thing
turned the
is
diamond tester into a pipe bomb.
diamond to a pipe bomb. Oh, the last thing he saw before he met his maker was the price tag on his Da Vinci gloves. Jesus Christ.
The bugs are back.
Eat the ops.
We can't go.
Dracula.
All right, it's
Yeah.
10. Any
Yo,
closing remarks
it
before we just
definitely
start
is.
going on
No,
Dracula
we
flow?
don't want to go Dracula flow 1 to 5. That's not safe for the internet. Yo, throw out
So the
what
next
y'all
time
want.
you need, just remember, if you need to genetically modify your line, use real magic.
You're not going to genetically modify your line. Your bloodline, yes, but not your line. You're gonna have Charles Xavier popping out. Cerebral. Later, pointless man. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, I don't think anybody. I don't think I think we good. T.
Thanks for the Twitch folks, the YouTube folks. I've been keeping an eye on you. I've been seeing a couple y'all pop in and out.
Yeah, I've been
We got
appreciating
eyes
the
on you.
YouTube. I
Don't
appreciate it. Fast track to Aquaman, nah, Papa Dad. They're gonna turn into a damn like human sludge bomb and just slither around the world.
but they actually are going to have dementia because this reduces memory.
Oh shit! Yeah, I
So
see
we
what you
got to
did
make
there.
sure.
I
We
see
got to
what you
make
did
sure
there.
we gotta keep an eye on some long-term health trajectories.
Yeah, y'all have a great night. Stay warm, stay safe. We'll see you guys. Definitely check us out in the Discord. Figure out some stuff. Look at some things. Y'all be easy.
Family friendly, of course. You already cut it off, so it doesn't have to be.